We have a ton of bulb planting videos on the channel. If you want to know how to plant each individual type of bulb, we have videos on tulips and daffodils and all kinds of corms and tubers and all kinds of things on the channel you can go and take a look at. In this particular video, we're going to be bulk planting some tulips. That'll be your root. Offset from last year. We came home from a long trip and bulbs got here immediately after from color blends, and always nice bulbs, great looking bulbs. And when we had some weather, we've had some below normal cold. I've been working on some construction in the house and just haven't gotten them in the ground yet, but we need to get them in the ground in a hurry. It's time to get them in the ground. I've said before, you know, from the time they're dug in the Netherlands or wherever they're coming from and shipped across the world, and then you buy them in the store, you know, they're in the process of drying out and going away. You know, they need to go back in the ground, and the sooner the better at this point, pretty much for everybody. By December, it's bulb planting time for everybody, has been for a long time. Some pieces are probably frozen out from putting bulbs in the ground. In this video, we just did some bulk bulbs. I call this just bulk planting, or, you know, just digging a trench, basically. So I'll use my trenching shovel, you know, which I've shown a million times on the channel. I do have a new one, but I continue to use this one, which I've worn 3 inches off of. Don't have to do much to break this soil up, because this has been our annual borders for the last 2 years now. This was a turf area, converted this to this part that I'm standing on here is actually a wood chip path. It's got leaves and other debris on it. We're going to be re-wood chipping this soon, and I'm going to be remulching these annual borders and the beds as well. So all this is going to look crispy pretty soon, but we're going to get out here and do some work in it before we do all that detail work to make it look better. And then after I, you know, just kind of break it up just a little bit, I'll just use the flat shovel to make a flat bottom in the bottom of those trenches. You want the bulbs about 3 times the depth of the bulb. So, you know, for those tulips that went in here and those hyacinths that I just planted in here, that probably means about 4.5 inches deep, something like that, at the bottom of that trench, 4 to 5 inches. And there's going to end up being a little bit of mulch on top of that as well. We have the 2 carts, the 2 low carts. So, you know, I have a dump cart. We have a regular single wheel wheelbarrow, which that single wheel wheelbarrow works really well now in some of these beds where the plants are pretty close together, getting mulch in here. Every one of these carts has some sort of purpose. You know, I'll use the big dump cart when I do the wood chips in these paths, or I'll use one of these low carts. And Steph's working on it. She's definitely going to use one of these low carts. They're just really easy to use. But then somebody had seen us using this cart that Steph had gotten off the side of the road and found another one in a yard sale or on the side of the road or someplace, and was nice enough to drop it off. So now we have 2 of them. So I just staged all the soil into these 2 carts, and then you know, arranged the bulbs in the trenches. Camera was off some, and Steph was helping me too, just get the pointy end up on the bulbs. Alliums can be a little tougher. They don't have a pointy end typically. They usually have a flat end where they cut off the actual spike from the previous year, and all you really can see is just the roots at the bottom. So roots down. If it's got roots on it, it's roots down. If it has a point, it's usually point up. So, you know, there's always some kind of clue as to what's up or down, except for some of the smaller corms and that kind of thing, and those are irrelevant. Unless they're already started growing some, it's kind of irrelevant. They'll figure it out under the ground for sure. This combination of tulips, we did this last year with stocks and struts tulips. What was this last year?
Shocks and struts.
Shocks and struts. What did I just say? Stocks and struts. Yeah, okay. Shocks and struts tulips last year, and it's just beautiful when they come up. And we put some hyacinths on 2 different ends. So the hyacinths we used, there's a fuchsia red colored one called Jan Boss, and then I'm not going to try to butcher the name on this. Alios, I'm going to just, well, so apparently I am going to butcher the name. It's on the screen, but it is a white one. So we've got white, and then the red, and then the shocks and struts tulips planted together there. Then we did a section. We have some giant alliums that need to go in, and if you're here at the open garden in June, the giant alliums have finished blooming, but they're this architectural art looking thing that are still in the garden. We've got some over here, several different places in the garden where they come up, and they just, like, if you're adding up all the questions we get over the course of the 2 days of the open garden, 10% of the questions are about alliums that have long since bloomed, and they're just standing here like little art pieces in the garden. So we bulk planted some purple sensation over there. They stay smaller, 24, 30 inches, something like that. They'll be behind some annuals back there in the bed when you're here. And then the giant alliums we'll plant individually around the garden pretty soon. And then we planted some white tulips out at the front of the street. These have all been cold treated already. Fat Color Blends cold treated them before they sent them to us because we were going to be on the road. Normally I'd receive them, put them in the refrigerator here, but we didn't. Well, we got back and half of our refrigerator's been full, and I've been putting a closet in the kitchen. Let me tell you, all these bags of bulbs are heavy, and I've had to remove the refrigerator a bunch of times in the kitchen for some construction I'm doing in there. And I wish the refrigerator had been quite a bit lighter during that construction. We don't fertilize. I don't do anything to them. We've got them in what is very improved soil. They come with everything they need. We will fertilize in February. We'll fertilize the entire garden, and so they'll come up, they'll bloom, they'll grab the sun's energy, rebuild that bulb. They'll have fertilizer and everything they need to rebuild that bulb at that time. Our biggest number one issue, and I can see it right now, while we were gone, apparently our inactivity out here had the squirrels move in here big time. They're feel like they own this space. The entire time I was digging out here, I was digging up pecans from a pecan tree we have over here, and we have probably 5 squirrels out here right now chasing one another. And anytime I dig out here, I'm loosening the soil. This is going to be the spot where they're obviously going to come and dig today, and they're going to be burying something and finding something even better than the thing they're burying. So that's a problem potentially. What I'll recommend is you definitely water them in a little bit, settle it in. So you saw me packing, in some of this video over the top. I'll step on it a little bit. I'm not trying to jump up and down on anything and over compact something in this garden. So I need that soil to be fluffy. Those bulbs are going to push new roots out into the soil. So I want it easy for it to get. The more roots it gets out into that surrounding soil, the more likely it is that they're going to be able to rebuild themselves and come back. Tulips don't often come back here in our Raleigh garden, but as I'm digging out here, I'm finding tons of tulips, that will be coming back from last year's tulip planting. It's just we have a reduction in them year over year, but there are some that will definitely come back. So squirrels are a big enemy. It's supposed to rain this afternoon, so I'm hoping this just settles in enough. I'm going to put some leaves and stuff back over these little spots and just kind of blend it back in and hope that they don't just focus on digging in these loose spots that I just made. If they do, I'll just roll something out over the top of it. I've got some painter's cloth, I've got shade cloth, I've got frost protection blanket, got all kinds of things I can just lay over these spots until they're settled back down a bit. And once they're settled back down a bit, then it's no difference digging here than here. They won't just be seeking out those bulbs that I just put in those trenches. A lot of the rest of the bulbs will just be individually planted. We've got a lot of daffodils and other things that will go in. I can get the drill out and use, the drill bit. I've got one that's probably 40 plus years old. I've sold those things as a kid at a garden center in Raleigh when first job I had in horticulture. Sometimes I get the comments down at the bottom of the videos, use one of those new bulb planters. No, those bulb planters, trust me, those drill bits have been around for a long, long time. There are some nicer versions of them now where you can stand up big and tall and that kind of thing. And the drills have gotten a lot better where they have brakes on them so you don't, jerk your wrist or have potential to have problems with your wrist. But I can get the drill out for that, or I can just use, the soil's so soft out here that I can just use the trenching shovel, or I have the Pro Plugger that you guys have seen us give away a couple times on the channel. This soil's so soft that I can do that. I can probably do that Pro Plugger faster in this soil than I can the drill. By the time I pull the cord out here and get the drill and everything set up, I will have already planted a lot of bulbs, with the Pro Plugger. So that's the next step. So this was the bulk planting areas. I like to do those first because I can get the most bang for my buck and empty a bunch of bags at one time. I think this is 300, 400, 550 bulbs. 500, something like that, 550 bulbs or something that went in the ground this morning. So look forward to showing off this show in the spring, and this will look a whole lot better once we get it detailed after we get some things, additional things moved and other things in the ground. So thank you for following along with the project. Loose here. Of course, it hit a root right when I said it.